So anyway, Kelsey Plum, Nafisia Collier, Nike Agumake going to meet with the NBA/WNBA. I would love to know if Adam Silver's going to be there. But it's pretty clear, and I've talked about this. I think there's a real split amongst the players as to what it is they should be doing.
Out of the entire WNBA, only 3 players reportedly refused to vote yes on authorizing a potential strike. Their names haven't been made public. But watch Caitlin Clark on that NBA pregame show and tell me she doesn't look like one of them. The body language, the careful choice of words, the measured optimism, all while the union president is openly saying she's disgusted with the league. This goes beyond a simple disagreement over contract negotiations. What we're seeing is a deeper divide, a split in strategy, in messaging, and in priorities. A clash over what truly matters when you're trying to build something long-term.
Honestly, I'm just kind of like upset, frustrated, all of us. And in a lot of ways, just like disgusted with the W and how they're handling this and their lack of value, their lack of worth for us, their lack of even trying to attempt to move the needle with us. Like, we know what is on the horizon. We know in 2 years our TV deal is up and there's a new TV deal that's going to come that they're not even putting on the table for us. The percentages, if we actually told you the percentages of what they're giving, that they're like sending to us, it would absolutely piss y'all off. So like, just know when we are standing firm in our feet and 10 toes down, there is a reason.
That clip right there is Natasha Cloud, just 3 days before Caitlin Clark's NBA pregame appearance. She's looking straight into the camera, saying she's disgusted, warning that players won't budge until the league moves first, putting all the pressure squarely on ownership. Now compare that with what we just heard from Caitlin. One player is framing this like a war. The other is treating it like a business negotiation that needs to be resolved so everyone can get back to work. And here's where it gets interesting. Natasha Cloud averaged 5.4 points per game last season. Caitlin Clark is the reason WNBA attendance exploded. She's the reason NBC is paying attention. She's the reason 2 expansion teams are joining the league. Yet, when it comes to the players' union and public messaging around the CBA, who really hold the power? The star who brings the eyeballs, or the veterans who control union leadership?
Looking forward into the future, what would you like to see happen as you come to a negotiation?
Well, honestly, I don't think it's just a big moment for the WNBA. I think all of women's sports, I think this is one of the biggest moments we've ever had. So, I feel very confident that we're going to get something done. And that's because we're in this moment because of the product we put on the floor. So we need to be able to continue to do that. And I know everybody's working really hard. There's a meeting tomorrow that's super important. And I truly do believe we're going to get something done here in the next couple of weeks. But like you said, I mean, there's a lot of boxes that we still need to check. We've added two new teams. I mean, there's going to be more players than ever, and then we have to get into free agency, then have a normal draft as well. So there's a lot of things left to do, but I really do feel confident that both sides are going to reach a deal here soon.
Yeah, draft slated for April 13th, but the growth of the league has been so much. I mean, can you just help us to understand the transition this league is going on right now?
I mean, it's incredible. And I remember my first WNBA game when I was a young girl. I went to the Minnesota Lynx when they had their dynasty with Maya Moore, and they were playing the Seattle Storm. And now basically any arena you go to, it's sold out. We're adding 2 teams. We're up to 14 now, and then hopefully getting to 18 in the next couple of years. So, business is booming, and that's a really good thing. And we kind of just got to keep meeting the moment. The talent's getting better and better. You see it at the college level coming into the professional game too. So I feel very fortunate, and hopefully I have a long career ahead of me.
Listen closely to how she frames every single answer. Business is booming. We need to get something done. I'm confident both sides will reach a deal. She talked about expansion teams, sold-out arenas, and the wave of talent coming out of college. Everything points forward. Every statement assumes there will be a season. Every answer centers on the product on the court. Now think about the position this puts her in. The meeting she's referencing happened the very next day. Kelsey Plum, Nneka Ogwumike, and Breanna Stewart sitting down with NBA and WNBA ownership. The union had already authorized a strike. They'd already signaled they were willing to walk away. And yet here's Caitlin Clark on national television during an NBA broadcast, essentially saying, "We're going to figure this out. Don't worry about it." That's not the message the union wants out there. When you authorize a strike, you want ownership nervous. You want them believing the players are unified and ready to blow everything up if necessary. What you don't want is your biggest star going on TV and projecting confidence that a deal will get done.
It was really good. Rhodes, did you watch the game? No, point of fact, I didn't. I actually watched Caitlin Clark on the pregame show after a long, drawn-out all-star reveal, I guess, is what was happening. I was like, what are we doing? Can we get to Caitlin Clark here? She was great. She was fantastic. Somebody give her a step stool or something. I mean, wow. It was pretty visually jarring seeing the height difference between her and Reggie Miller and Carmelo Anthony, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was really good. She did a very good job.
They had to give her a step stool. She's standing next to Reggie Miller and Carmelo Anthony, looking like she's on a completely different elevation. But the second she started talking, she owned that space. She didn't seem out of place. She wasn't intimidated. She broke down the game, analyzed plays, and showed a deep understanding of NBA strategy that impressed everyone watching. But here's the real story. That appearance was an audition. NBC didn't put her on the pre-game show just because she's famous. They put her there because they're betting on the WNBA. And they wanted to see if their biggest star could translate to other programming. Could she cover the NBA? Could she bridge WNBA and NBA audiences? She crushed it. And that means she has options. She has leverage. If the WNBA season stalls because of a lockout or strike, Caitlin Clark won't vanish. She'll cover NBA games. She'll analyze college basketball. She'll have opportunities that 99% of WNBA players can only dream of.
Players voted for the ability to go on strike. This was what, a month ago maybe? They all met and they all had a vote. And there were 3 players. I think we figured out there was 3 players that did not vote yes for a potential strike. I would love to know if she's one of them. Okay. Now today is the big meeting. I'm sure I will have some news about that potentially later in the day. Big meeting between the WNBA/NBA owners and the Players Union. Kelsey Plum. Oh, wait a minute.
The vote happened about a month before this interview. The WNBA Players Association held a meeting to decide whether to authorize union leadership to call a strike if CBA negotiations broke down. It passed overwhelmingly, but 3 players voted no. 3 players looked at the situation and said, I don't think we should threaten to blow up the season. Now think about the math. Who has the most to lose if there's no WNBA season in 2025? The veterans nearing the end of their careers? They've already made money overseas, won champ. They're the ones who lose the most if the league goes dark. Caitlin Clark signed an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike. She has sponsorships with Gatorade, State Farm, and Wilson. Those deals depend on her being visible, playing basketball, staying in the public eye. A year without WNBA basketball doesn't just cost her a $76,000 salary. It raises a platform that makes all those other deals valuable.
Her discussion is largely about, hey, we got expansion teams. We need to get out there and play ball. Yada, yada, yada. It's very centered towards, at the end of the day, we need to be on the court playing basketball. Yeah, we've got boxes to check, blah, blah, blah. But the delivery of the message is so different that, I mean, let me just come out and say.
Watch how carefully she navigates this. She doesn't criticize. The union, she doesn't throw shade at. Players like Natasha Cloud, who are taking a more aggressive stance. She just stays relentlessly positive, music, and focus on the idea that basketball needs to happen. That's political skill. That's understanding that she can't afford to be seen as anti-UN or as someone who's breaking ranks. But she also can't sit there and co-sign the militant approach that some veterans are pushing. And notice what she emphasizes: the product on the floor. That's what she keeps coming back to. We're in this moment because of the product we put on. The floor So, know what kills that momentum? An off-season wear. Instead of highlights and draft, speculation and free agency moves. All anyone talks about is a labor dispute. Casual fans don't stick around for labor disputes. They just find
not the Players Union president. How is that even possible? You listen to her talk and her ability to convey a message, but the problem is there's so many players in this league that don't have respect for the delivery of the message being done in this way. All these other players, they make this, you can tell they've made it personal. And they've made it some kind of cause that, is it really about getting paid more money, or is it about
Reggie Miller comparing Caitlyn to himself. Carmelo Anthony saying she reminds him of Luka Doncic. These are all-time greats giving her that level of respect. And she's handling it with a perfect mix of confidence and humility that makes people root for her. She's not dismissing the comparisons, but she's not letting it get to her head either. She's just talking basketball. But here's the subtext. Those guys aren't just complimenting her game. They're welcoming her into a different tier of basketball media. They're treating her as someone who belongs in that conversation. Someone who can analyze NBA games and have real credibility doing it. Then, which is absolutely valid. But then Caitlin Clark shows up on NBA pre-game shows, getting compared to NBA legends, proving she can exist in that space. Some see it as progress for the WNBA. Others see it as one superstar getting opportunities that maybe should go to veterans who have been grinding for a decade.
Hey, we don't need the WNBA. We can do unrivaled, blah, 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 blah. And the manner in which their message is delivered, it is startling. The amount of difference between somebody like Natasha Cloud. And by the way, if the majority of these players in this league conducted themselves in the manner that Caitlin Clark does, the ratings would be a lot better in this league. There would be more viewers for this league. But people don't want to waste their time when the majority of the league comes across as smug, and untitled, and unlikable. Why do you think so many people tune in to Caitlin Clark?
The WNBA players are right. They deserve more revenue. But here's the catch. The league just hit a tipping point. New TV deals, expansion teams, sold out arenas. Momentum is real. Some players are treating negotiations like a war, threatening a strike. That's Natasha Cloud's approach. Pressure ownership. Show disgust. But Caitlin Clark? She's playing it smart. She's selling out arenas, breaking ratings records, keeping the focus on the game. Why does that matter? If the league cancels a season, casual fans disappear. Sponsors get nervous. Expansion teams get angry. Superstars like Caitlin risk much more than veterans. Their salaries aren't the issue. It's the visibility and platform for endorsements. On national TV, Caitlin projects confidence, saying, "We'll figure this out. Let's play basketball." That's strategic. Ownership sees her and thinks, maybe the strike isn't universal. Maybe the league must keep going. Messaging matters. Public perception matters. Momentum matters. And Caitlin Clark just showed why keeping the season alive might be smarter than burning everything down for a few percentage points in the CBA. So the question is, smart play or undermining the union? The next decade of the WNBA could hinge on it.